in air. And, pilot Mike Smith followed.
Mike Smith shaking hands with the closeout crew, which has assisted him in getting ready. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Engines throttling up. 3 engines now at 104%.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
One minute, 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
What you just saw, the destruction of the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, was no accident. It was a result of a normalization of deviance. I'm astronaut Mike Mullane. I'm a West Point graduate, but took my commission in the United States Air Force. I'm a combat veteran of Vietnam, and I flew 3 times on the Space Shuttle. That's an odd term. Normal, deviance. What does it mean? Normalization of deviance is that natural human tendency, particularly in pressure circumstances, to want to take a safety shortcut. The pressure you may be under is family pressure. There's something going on at the home that's putting you under pressure. Could be budget pressure. Schedule pressure is certainly a huge hammer. But it is a very human thing to find yourself in a pressure circumstance. You have a job to do, and that job may involve hazards. You have safety standards that are expected of you in executing this job. But now you rationalize that because of this pressure you're under, you're not going to be able to do that job and meet those safety standards. It may be a situation something like this. You have a job to do in the plant or the refinery. It involves hazards, and you know you're supposed to wear protective equipment to do it. But you rationalize, that's going to take time, and I don't have time to dress in that protective equipment. I have to get home to take the kids to the ball game. I have to get onto my lunch break. I got to get on to the next job, whatever. And you say to yourself, well, I've also done this job 1,000 times in the past, and nothing bad has ever happened. I can certainly do it this one time without wearing protective equipment and get away with it. And that's exactly what you do. You take that safety shortcut. And what happens? What are the consequences of you doing that? There are none. There are no bad consequences immediately. You get the job done. You're not injured. The boss doesn't call and scream at you. You get on to your lunch break. You get on to the next job. You get home to take the kids to the ball game. Whatever. There's a happy outcome all around. What's that going to do? It's going to start forming this false feedback in your brain. The absence of something bad happening when I took this safety shortcut means it was safe to do so. So what's going to happen the next time you find yourself in these same pressure circumstances? And there's always a next time. Because there were no negative consequences the first time you took that safety shortcut, you're going to be mightily tempted to do it again. And you do it enough times, and slowly what happens? The shortcut becomes the norm. You get away with it so many times, that loop is reinforced. The absence of something bad happening means it was safe to take the shortcut. That is reinforced over and over and over until the shortcut becomes the norm. Here's where you're supposed to be in meeting standards and doing this hazardous job, in meeting safety standards and doing this hazardous job. Here's where you are. This deviance is now invisible to you. It has been normalized into your behavior, into your actions. And what happens with normalization of deviance is it leads to predictable surprises. And in hazardous environments, as you face in those plants and in those refineries, and as astronauts face in space, a predictable surprise can be injurious and it can be deadly. And if you ever want an object lesson in a predictable surprise, look at Challenger. Challenger was no accident. Challenger was a predictable surprise.